recalled. And I'm saying that the NJC is made up of the best hands in the judiciary and at the bar. And prior to that, the Nigerian Bar Association has also asked NJC, why will these judges be kept out of their courts? I stand with the NBA.
Is that enough to want to recall them back?
Last night, yes.
Don't you have other lawyers that could, fill in for those cases?
What?
Don't you have other judges that could fill in for those cases?
The question is, if it is said that Mr. A is a thief, he's raided, you will no longer prosecute him. You have no evidence to prosecute him. You don't want to clear him. Should NJC be waiting for you? The Constitution says a person should be prosecuted within a reasonable time.
How much time is reasonable?
Reasonable time is a time that is reasonable. So when you keep a person out of work, out of his duties for a month, 2 months, but you were quick to raid these judges, but you were not quick to prosecute them, the NJC will not wait until you come back from a voyage of discovery.
But what if the prosecution says, well, we'll have cases against these people, and then they charge them to court? Does that then mean that all of these judges will suspend them again?
There is no way, if there's a case against them, they will be prosecuted. There's no immunity in that instance.
So that means if prosecution decides to take the matter to court now or charge them,
exactly,
they'll be suspended
the precedent is there. There is precedent. The legal profession is a regulated profession. The Constitution is there. The code and ethics at the bench is there.
But what does this do to that perception that people have, saying, look, well, this is the judiciary, they will always have each other's back, and so you don't expect them to take any position.
That's why we're discussing it. It's not just the judiciary. Now the executive is involved. There's a judgment against Justice in favor of Justice Ademola. You know what to do. That part of the executive also have lawyers working with them. Can you imagine the mental anguish and torture that comes? That a judge is said to be corrupt, and you have allegation against this judge. You remove the judge from sitting for several months, and it is just in the media. Are you not likely to file a charge almost immediately?
But there seems to be a lacuna here.
Is it the judges, the team of judges and lawyers that has stopped that charge from being filed?
There is a lacuna here because you've not addressed whether or not that time frame given to be able to investigate a judge should be allowed. How long is the time?
Let me explain to you. The law does not say arrest, remove a man from office and go and investigate. It is investigation that informs whether you should arrest or not. That is why it should be on reasonable grounds. Otherwise, it will turn to witch hunt.
So you believe that this?
So before the judges were raided,
was this a witch hunt?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that if you arrest and then proceed to investigate, you'll be looking for evidence to support the arrest you made. Now, the proper thing is that you have to investigate a person, and the investigation, if it points to positively to an offense, then you will arrest and prosecute. Those are the things we need to tidy up as we undertake the war against corruption.
Let's get Marquez's question in. Go ahead, Marquez.
So is this some sort of clearance by the NJC?
Well, when a judge is suspended and is recalled to duty, what else does that mean? It means that as we speak, the judge has nothing stopping the judge from functioning.
So indeed it is clearance.
I think so. You will see that not all the judges that were raided were recalled. So those that were not recalled are those that have issues.
Because if we look at the reason the NJC seems to be given, they're saying so they can go back to work. There is a backlog of cases waiting for them in their courts. Is that reason sufficient for the NJC to recall the judges
that is the second,
who have not yet cleared their names?
That's the secondary reason. Remember, the Nigerian Bar Association at our neck a few days ago had called on NJC to recall these judges. Now, the body of lawyers agree that these judges, with the way their matters have gone, they ought to be recalled. Now, the first reason is not about the backlog of cases. I said there is justice is a three-way traffic. The justice for the judge, for parties, and for society. Now, if you were having cases before these judges, wouldn't you want these judges to be recalled when there's no charge against them? That's the point. Now, these judges are also human beings entitled to human rights, entitled to be prosecuted within reasonable time by the Constitution. And if they are not prosecuted within reasonable time, they could go to court for order, and NJC, who is the hirer and has the right to fire them, can recall them. In many organizations, when a staff is suspended for an allegation, and it is found that there is nothing really against this staff, what do? You record the staff.
In this instance, it has not been found that there's nothing against them. I think it's only in one case, Justice Ademola's case, who has been tried and acquitted by a court of law. The rest of them are yet to be cleared by a court of law. So can we really say that there is nothing against them?
Thank you so much. It means that NJC has done one thing correct. One, in Justice Ademola's case. Number two, the law does not allow you to keep somebody indefinitely until you are ready to get evidence and prosecute. If you start that, the law proceeds in a different direction to say, okay, let the man go back to work. When you are ready, produce the evidence and prosecute. That's what you have seen. So it is not only when...
Do you think that it would have been proper for the NJC to have written a letter to, say, the Attorney General of the Federation to say that these cases have lingered too long, considering that it's been 8 months since these judges have been, were suspended? Don't you think that, so that there doesn't seem to be a rift or some conflict of some sort, considering the NJC's initial reluctance to suspend these judges, that this is interpreted as taking sides?
Well, this is not taking sides. The NJC has done its work. And I agree with the NJC, I agree with Nigerian Bar Association that if a person has been raided, particularly a judge, and out of those judges or justices, you have taken 3 to court over several months. The other ones, you have not taken them to court. You have not adduced evidence. I believe that those people should be given the benefit of the doubt. That's what the law, because they are presumed innocent. Raiding a person does not mean he's guilty. So that is the way it is. The NJC has not taken sides here. They have been patient, and they don't need to write to the Attorney General because there's no such provision. And the Attorney General is part of this NJC, so the issue does not arise. The NJC had this meeting before they took this action.
All right, we'll be back with more in a moment. Join us again.